The number is 857-957-1985. 857-957-1985. And let me tell y'all really quickly, this call is designed that we do the heavy lifting for you. You should never have to feel as if you got to explain this business to a person unless you're doing a home party, okay? But the opportunity call that's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week is designed for you to tell people, hey, we got a call starting in 10 minutes, 20 minutes. You never tell them it's an on-demand call, but it's designed for you to leverage the call. Now, guys, grab a pen and paper. Grab a pen and paper because tonight we have the pure honor, the privilege of being on a call with a young lady that I've been knowing since 2008. She's a woman who you're talking about, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful on the outside. You know how you meet a person and, their presence just demands attention. Like they don't have to say anything, but when they walk in the room, you know that they are there. But this is this young lady's personality, but you're talking about a very sweet spirit. She went to the top of that company that we were with back in 2008, and she led a very huge organization. But how many guys know that sometimes Murphy's Law said whatever goes up can go down, right? Well, guys, she, as well as many of the leaders in this company, we're so humble and we're so passionate because we all can remember making a lot of money and we all can remember going broke as well. She ended up leaving her career and guys having to go back as a RN. Can you imagine, giving your walk-in papers and, doing your thing and doing your dance and then end up having to go back? That's just a very hard pill to swallow. But I'm excited to share that with you guys because she came over here in TLC and she was the example for me. I can't speak on nobody else that you can fall down, you can get back up, and you can be ambassador in this company, guys. She was the first ambassador in Total Life Changes outside of the Team USA team. We don't make any income claims, but just know that this young lady, what she used to earn every year, she earns that plus more every single month. She's a mother. She's a wife. She is an amazing, amazing woman. And so I encourage you guys to lend her your attention. Do yourself a favor and hear from one of the top income earners, the first female ambassador, guys, none other than Denise Lee. Miss Lee, are you on the line tonight?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me, my sister, Miss Stormy Wellington, number one network marketer in the world?
Yeah, listen, I'm going to get my pen and paper, and I'm going to sit my little tail down. I hear you loud and clear. The floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me on this call this evening. Stormy, I just have to tell everybody about a moment that you and I had earlier today. Because after I got off the phone, I had to stop for a moment and just praise God, for where that we are right now, in life and in our businesses. But everyone, Stormy called me earlier today, right? She calls me and I pick up the phone and I say, hey, Stormy. And she said, hey, Denise. And before she could say anything else, I said, Stormy, you know what? Thank you so much, for your hospitality this weekend. I had such a great time. And she said, no. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for coming, to Miami. I said, no, Stormy, wait a minute. I didn't finish. I want to thank you. And she's like, no. I want to thank you. So we were back and forth thanking each other. And I had to pause, for a moment after that and say, wow, how beautiful that is that two powerful women, are practicing the principles of being thankful, and really, really thanking one another. And, it was just a beautiful moment for me that when I got off the phone, I said, oh my goodness, this is such a great place to be in. This is such a great frequency, to be in, because you have to operate at a certain frequency in order for miracles to happen in your life. And, being able to be grateful and being able to thank someone sincerely, from your heart, it's just a beautiful thing, and great things will happen when you operate under certain principles. So I had to share that with each and every one of you on this call. And I want to say to you is that when you see us in photographs together, when you see us smiling, when you see us having fun, that is real. And our prayer and our hope is that energy and that frequency that we are operating on will filter down to the field, because we recognized early on that we were actually handpicked to be, in the position that we are in, just like you were handpicked to be where you are in total life changes. And we don't take that lightly. We really don't. And what God has made happen for us is to be an example as to what can happen for each and every one of you on this line. So I am grateful to be on this line tonight. I'm grateful to be able to serve. And I just want to tell you, I spent time with my sister Stormy, this weekend. Let me tell you about her home, everybody. Periscope does not do her home any justice. Her home is so beautiful. That Christmas tree, I went up into her bedroom. I said, this bedroom is a bedroom fit for a queen. She had a chef that came over and prepared a meal for us. The food was so good. And she had these napkins. They were like satin or silk napkins. And I said, I was looking around the room, so are we sort of using napkins? And people were using the napkins. So, okay, Stormy Wellington, when you go to her house, you using satin or silk napkins. So I want to thank you so much for just rolling out the red carpet, for us this weekend. So listen, everyone, I did a training at the MLM Gangsters training, and people were just talking about it. They were raving about it. And Stormy asked me to share, what I trained on. And what I want to start by saying is that when my husband and I joined this business, you know my story, that we sat on the opportunity for 6 months. But when we made that shift in our minds, then there was some action that had to come along with making the shift. And I said to myself, you know what? I am going to be all in with this business, because I had to. I had to work it like my life depended on it. So with that, I had to change my perspective on, how I saw this business, how I saw this gift that was right there in Total Life Changes. And a lot of people, they come up to me all the time and they ask for nuggets. And, I just want to tell you that after making that shift, then you have to do some other stuff. Got to do some other stuff. So for me, I'm just going to take you along with my process, my change in perspective, and then I'm going to get to the numbers. So just please get your pens and paper ready, because you're not going to want to miss this. I'm going to give you a blueprint on how, you can build your business. But when I changed my perspective, what I had to do, for me, because I was in other companies before, and I had to release that emotional attachment to those companies. So I had to get gangster. So what I did was I got me a big black trash bag, and I put every product from any other company that I had joined, and I threw it in the trash bag, and every piece of paper, every form, everything. The only thing that I kept was my awards that I have up on my office wall, and those are a reminder to me that I'm going to be better, and I actually am better than what I was before. So that's the only reason why I kept those. But I got a black trash bag, and I threw every product in that trash bag, and I got it out of my house, because I had to release the emotional attachment that I had to those other businesses that I was in. So I'm going to say to you on the line, if you were in other businesses and you still got stuff laying around in your house, you need to get it out. You need to get it out of your house. You need to purge in order for you to actually be all in. And then what I said to myself is that I want to do what is necessary for me to get to the top, and get to the top quickly. So I asked Lenika Scott, I said, Lenika Scott, what is the maximum amount that I need to spend in an auto ship for me to make it to the top? Because I wanted to be prepared for what I was expecting. I was expecting to be at the top, So I wanted to prepare myself for that. And she said, you need an auto ship of 120 points. So for me, I was not good in math at school, but when I became a network marketer, I got to be good at numbers. So I had to wrap my brain around something so I can look at things from a different perspective, so I can look at things as a business woman to, get a return on my investment. So what I did was I crunched the numbers. I crunched the numbers on what 120-point auto ship would cost me for the year in order for me to wrap my brain around it, right? So after I crunched the numbers and I added taxes, because we don't have, taxes, shipping and handling, to it, the number that I came up with was like a little over $1,600. So I said to myself, wait a minute. This is all that I have to put into my business. Okay, this is this is what I had to put into my business in order for me to own my own store. Are you kidding? This is a no-brainer to me. So I was able to kind of change my perspective because I'm a businesswoman, and I said to myself, I'm getting a free website and I'm getting products for this. Are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me? So I was like, when I figured it out, when I crunched those numbers, I was like, what? It is on and popping now. It is on and popping now. So what I immediately did was I felt powerful because I said, I have my own store. So what I did was I looked at our products that we have because we have a vast product line. We have so many things in our product line. And I said, I am going to be powerful and I'm going to purchase from my own store. So when I changed my perspective of that, I felt like a giant, so when I walked into a Rite Aid or a Walgreens, I walked in feeling powerful, like, I'm not buying that, because I'm buying that from my own store. So what I immediately did was I transferred my buy-in to my own store, And I came out with buying more than 120 points, okay, for all of the products that I use, just me, just myself, not me and my family, not my husband, my daughter, just for me. So what I did was I transferred my buy-in, and I'm just going to run down the products that I use on a daily basis. Every day I am buying from my own store. When I get up in the morning, I wash my face with the Pamika, and then I put the emu oil on my skin. Then I put the Kiss on my lips because my lips tend to get dry, from my lipstick. So I put the Kiss on my lips. Then if you guys are not using the Slim R, that Slim R is like a moisturizer. It smells so good. I rub the Slim R on my stomach, on my arms. But let me tell you about the Slim R. I bought a pair of Louboutin boots. They're the high boots with their suede, and they come all the way up. And I have large calves. And the salesperson was like, oh, I don't know if they fit. I'm like, I'm buying these boots. I want these boots. I went home, and I put the Slim R on my calves that night. And I woke up the next day, and I was able to zip those boots up. So if you're sleeping on a Slim R, don't sleep anymore. The Renique, I put that on my face, and I also put the Renique under my neck because I'm 47 years old, and I want to thank everybody. When a picture is posted, you guys are really, really so nice with all of the comments, that you say, beautiful and all that. Thank you so much, but it's because I'm a product of the product. I rub that Renique all under my neck, all on my forehead, on my, the smile lines and the crow's feet that you get, on your eyes. So I rub that Renique on. Then I take my NutriBurst. I also take my chaga and my Gano in the morning. And then I pop 2 of the Tachui because when I wake up in the morning, like I go straight into work mode, and my inbox is flooded. I have to jump on calls, and I'm right into work as soon as I step my foot off out of the bed. So I don't eat breakfast a lot of times, and also I'm a coffee lover. So I drink my Delgado coffee. I actually need my coffee. I was a registered nurse, and we lived off of coffee. So I have my coffee each and every morning. And I feel powerful buying coffee from my own store. So if you are still buying Starbucks coffee, you need to put your hand out and smack your own hand, for you buying from Starbucks when you have your own coffee that can be delivered to your door. So I have my coffee. Then I drink my 16 ounces of tea with my dinner. Then I have my cappuccino, which I actually have drinking it right now as my dessert because I'm a dessert girl. And then before I go to bed, I wash my face again. I put my Renique on again and my emu oil, and I put my Slim R on and my Kiss. So those are all of the products that I use on a daily basis. So as far as an auto ship for me, is way more than 120 points. I'm at 120 points per week is what I'm at. So if you're trying to figure out, how am I going to get to 120 points, start buying from your own store. So that is my nugget to you. Now, I want to get into the numbers because I want to show you the power from buying from your own store and the power of teaching others to commit to a 120 point auto ship. And I'm going to take this slow because this is numbers that I'm working with, and I want to make sure that everyone is able to get it. Okay, so at the director's level, you know that you need 1,000 points weekly on your left and on your right. So if you and your team are on a 120 point auto ship, in order for you to reach the rank of director and maintain that rank, you need 9 120 point auto ships to run on your left leg and 9 120 point auto ships to run on your right leg for the week. And that is for your entire team. Your entire team's volume will be counted in that. Once you do that, you will be making on a weekly basis anywhere from $120 to $699 a week on the binary alone. That is not counting your retail, is not counting your fast start, and it does not count your check match. Okay? So if you do this, all the other things are going to fall in place. So there's 9 people on your left and 9 people on your right. So I had to also have another perspective on this. I said, okay, well, what is that in a yearly? What's that in a yearly income? So what I did was I took the bare minimum of what you can make as a director, and I times that by 52 weeks in a year. And the number that I came up with is $6,240 a year. Now, when I thought about that, I said to myself, okay, when I was working as a nurse, because I got out of bedside nursing and I got into corporate nursing. I was the DON, at different places, and then I got into the marketing aspect. And at my job, the highest raise that you could get was 3%. So you had to jump through hoops to get your 3%, you had to go through an evaluation where they can't give you all the highest points because there's no room for improvement, although you know you are the best at your job, right? But they always had to have some room for improvement. So you don't get the highest points. So a lot of times you don't get the highest raise. So what I said to myself is that this yearly income of $6,240 is more than I am going to ever get in a raise. And after you get paid from your job, how much are you really taking home? Okay, so this $6,240 may represent to some people a second job. So what I'm saying to you is that you can follow this system and not have to get a second job. So we're going to move on to the executive level. At the executive level, you need 5,000 points on your left and 5,000 points on your right. What you need is you need 42 120-point auto ships to run on your left and 42 120-point auto ships to run on your right for that week, and you will hit executive director. And if you keep doing that, you will sustain your rank. Okay? And the amount that you are going to make on a weekly basis, $700 to $1,399 in the binary on a weekly basis. What that comes out to be a year is $36,400 a year. When I crunched those numbers, I said, whoa, there's a lot of people that make $36,000, like $30,000 a year. You know, teachers make that. They have to go to college. You know, they have to pay back student loans. They got to deal with their job and those kids and all that stuff. I know that teaching is a passion, but, bus drivers make that. There's a lot of professions that make around, that's that $30,000 a year mark, so you can do that on a part-time basis in total life changes. And that is not counting your retail. It does not count your fast start bonuses, and it does not count your check match. So I'm hoping that you're like saying, wow, with this training, and you're changing your perspective, so you can actually be on your way to $1 million business. All right, so I'm going to move it up to regional director because this was a game changer for me, okay? When I crunched these numbers, at the regional director's level, you need 10,000 points on your left and 10,000 points on your right on a weekly basis. That's you and your team, right? So what that comes out to be is 84 people on your left and 84 people on your right to run a 120-point auto shift. But get this, everybody. You are going to make anywhere from $1,700 to $3,399 on a weekly basis. I'm going to say that again. You're going to make anywhere from $1,700 to $3,399 on a weekly basis. But when you crunch the numbers, guess what you will be making yearly? You will be making $88,400 a year. Now, for me, at this point, I'm going to tell you, see, I didn't know this when I actually was working my job. I did not figure this part out. I just figured this part out this summer, okay, as I had already quit. But I would have quit because $88,400 is money, that enough money for me to quit my job, because I know that I'm going to be making money retail. I know that I'm going to be making money in the fast start, and I know that I'm going to be making money in the check match bonuses, which is going to put me over the $100,000 mark. So I would have been a goner. I wouldn't even stay, through that agony until I did. I reached, national director before I quit my job. But there are so many people that are doing this on a part-time basis, because you definitely can reach regional director in Total Life Changes on a part-time basis. But let's talk about, the different professions that make $88,000. You definitely getting a college degree, so you got to go to college, right? And your coach, she, I saw a periscope of her, and she was outside of her high school, and she was talking about how she dropped out of school in the 9th grade. So network marketing is just such a powerful profession. So I want you guys to look at this as a profession, because that's what it is. It's a profession. So in order for you to make, $88,000 in corporate America, you got to go to college. You got to pay back student loans. Stormy Wellington, she ain't got to pay back no student loans, right? Pay back student loans. And then you have to, you make your money. But how much do you actually bring home after taxes? You're not bringing home much after Uncle Sam, gets a hold of your money. When you own a home-based business and you're thinking like a millionaire, you're going to keep more of your money, because you can write a lot of different things off. So, I just want you to just open up your mind and embrace this. At the regional director, $88,400 a year. All right, it gets better, everyone. Whew. At the national director's level, you need 20,000 points on your left and 20,000 points on your right. So what that translates to, in 20-point auditorships coming out in your business on a weekly basis is 167 120-point auditorships on your left, 167 120-point auditorships on your right. Okay? And when you do that, you're going to make, on a weekly basis, anywhere between $4,000 and $9,999 on a weekly basis, just on the binary alone. Just on the binary alone. So I want you to hold on to your hat when I tell you what this comes out to be on a yearly basis. Are y'all ready? It comes out to be $208,000. Oh my goodness. When I, realized this, I was like, wow. The people that I know that work in corporate America and make $200,000 a year, those people are in high pressure jobs. Those are the jobs that if you make a mistake, you get an axe, okay? Those are the jobs that, you spend long hours at and you miss time with your family. Those are the jobs that you better have your phone next to you at all times. You are working, weekends, you're working late nights, you're probably traveling, because I know someone who has a job and she's making around $150,000 a year. And, she's really not having enough time with her family, quality time. So these are the high-powered, high-pressure jobs. Also, too, doctors make this, and I'm talking about surgeons, make this money. But I have a lot of friends who are doctors, and, what I know is that if they don't work, they don't get paid. And also, too, when you're at this level, usually, people start to create a lifestyle for themselves. There's this big lifestyle that they puts them kind of in the rat race. They get the home, they get the cars, they get the children, in private school. If it's a man that is the income earner, he has a stay-at-home wife. It becomes a vicious cycle because really after Uncle Sam takes his money, then what are you left with? All right? Okay, I hope y'all getting this. Wow. Okay, now, at the global director level, I get real excited. I'm going to just start doing the happy dance right here because wait till y'all hear these numbers. Okay, now you know that you need 50,000 points on your left and 50,000 points on your right in the binary, okay, on a weekly basis. So what that comes out to being is 417 120-point auto ships coming out on your left, 417 120-point auto ships coming out on your right. What I want you guys to keep in mind is that this is your entire team now. Your entire team, not just you, not just the people that you personally enroll, your whole entire team. This is doable. This is doable. And what you're going to be able to make is $10,000, between $10,000 and $19,099 on a weekly basis in the binary. Now, I'm telling you, at the global directors level, you are getting some powerful check matches. So can you imagine just adding your check matches to this? I didn't add check matches because I wanted to keep it simple for you, okay? So at the end of the year, because we get paid 52 weeks in a year, that was genius of Jack Fallon to pay us 52 weeks in the year. That comes out to being $520,000 a year. I'm going to say it again, y'all. That comes out to being $520,000 per year just by having 417 people run a 120-point auto ship on your left and on your right on a weekly basis. That is it, okay? Wow. Now, I don't even know who makes $520,000 a year in corporate America. You talking about your big CEOs, and you got to go through a lot to actually earn money at this level. But what are you taking home after taxes? With that, you really creating a huge lifestyle for yourself. You really think you think you're doing something, by bringing home $500,000 a year. But when you own your home-based business, you can do so much more. You can be so much more powerful at this level. Okay, I'm going to get to the ambassador level now. And, I like to say, and I like to talk about this, is that when, we're on stage in New Orleans, and we're going to be in New Orleans, but we're on stage in Atlanta, and people were getting those rings, and we had the haters saying, they're not making that money, they're not making that money. Yes, we are. It's in our compensation plan. We don't have to make a disclaimer here because it's just the number, okay? So the ambassador level, and I'm going to tell you that I was having like a little panic attack just for a second when our tea was taken, out of our back offices. And I was in the shower and I was like, Lord, please don't take this money away from me. Please, 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 please. So God revealed to me in the shower, he just dropping my spirit, you're going to be okay. Just on authorship alone, you're going to be okay. So that's when I got out of the shower and I started crunching some numbers real quick. And that was this, this summer. So, So I was like, I am going to be okay. So let me get to these numbers, everybody. At the ambassador level, you need 100,000 on your left and 100,000 on your right on a weekly basis. So what that comes out to be is 834. I'm going to say it again, because I know you want to catch this. 834 120-point auto ships to run on your left, and 834 120-point auto ships to run on your right. That is not just you. That's you and your whole entire team, because you got a team rocking, at this point, right? Rocking and rolling at this point in the game, all right? And what you are going to do is, unfortunately, I'm so sorry to be the bearer of bad news, you're going to max out at $20,000 a week. Isn't that wonderful? So that means that you're going to be bringing home $80,000 a month just on the binary. Now, I'm going to tell you, the magic of our compensation plan is in that check match bonus. But anyway, so you're going to bring home $20,000 a week. Okay, but let me tell you what that comes out to be on a yearly basis. That comes out to be $1,040,000 a year. So when Stormy and I were receiving our $1 million rings, I hope it's making sense to you now. So for everybody, all the haters saying, oh, no, they ain't make $1 million. Yes, it's right here in our compensation plan, because my husband and I, we maxed out the binary a long time ago, and I'm so grateful, that for this compensation plan. I'm so grateful to be able to have done that, So what I want to say to you is that this is your blueprint. This is your blueprint. So what I want you to do is I want you to go into your back offices, and I want you to click on geographical downline light. And when you click on that, your organization is going to come up. If you scroll all the way down to the end of the page and you click on the arrow, a whole other set of your organization is going to come up. So that's for people who have large organizations. So, and what you can actually do is you can take snapshots of your geographical downlight, and you can systematically give it to your team and say, hey, get your people binary qualified and make sure they are on 120-point authorship. And you can count one, you can do your numbers right from there. We have a wealth of information at the tip of our fingers just in our back offices, guys. Okay? So I just really, really hope that this was a light bulb moment for a lot of people on this call, because when I usually do this training, people come up to me and they say, Denise, I could not sleep at night because I get it. I get it. If I really focus on this, everything else will fall into place. I can do this because you're able to have goals now that you can chip away at. So I just really hope that after hearing, what I had to say tonight, and after hearing this training, that you are truly, truly all in. You are truly all in. But I just want to just go back to something, that Coach Stormy was talking about, because people come to my husband and I all the time and they ask, the nuggets. If you do not have your tickets for our conference in New Orleans on January 29th and 30th, you are not all in. You are pretending. Okay, you are pretending. If your auto ship is not set at 120 points, you are not all in. So when people come up to me and they ask me for nuggets, the two questions I ask them, are you at a 120-point auto ship? And have you purchased your tickets for New Orleans? Because if you haven't, then you get no nuggets from me. That is my nugget to you. So if you have not gotten your tickets yet, I want you to go to the website that Stormy said is tlcticketsondemand.com. That's tlcticketsondemand.com and get your tickets tonight. And also, I want you guys to do me a favor. I am not huge on social media, but I am going to pump up my game, especially in 2016. So I want you to all follow me on Instagram. Go to It's Denise Lee on Instagram. That's ITS Denise Lee, and follow me on Instagram. Can you all do me a favor and do that? Okay, everybody. So, I got some followers already. Oh, thank you so much. Followers. Yes. It's Denise Lee on Instagram. So, guys, listen. I really pray that, this was a blueprint for you. I pray that you just take this information, you change your perspective. My prayer for you is that your businesses will soar. My prayer for you is that you will follow this and you will be able to wrap your brain around it and just bust through these ranks, because we are looking for new stories in 2016. And I want to know, are you going to be the next story? So listen, guys, I am going to wrap the call up tonight. And I want to say thank you so much for joining this call. Thank you so much for just really, really being coachable. Thank you so much for believing in yourself. And I will see you over the top. Good night and God bless.